Hey guys, I am in our greenhouse right now and I wanted to show you the results of all of our hard work over this past spring, from planting and cultivating and getting these plants in the ground, or buckets as it were, and show you what we're getting. So I've got behind me some tomato plants right now. You can see that tomato doesn't look great, but producing quite a bit in here. We only have a few tomato plants in the greenhouse. Most of them we put outside because the weather has been so great. But they are just, tomatoes are coming on strong. Over here are some green onions, some cucumbers or pickles. And the ladies like these green onions to just cut a little bit and garnish some of the dishes they make for our guests. Down over here, they have some basil, some cilantro, and some kale in the back there. Bonnie has been cutting quite a bit of these as the season goes to garnish and add to the dishes that they make, a lot like the green onions. All right, let me take you outside and we'll show you some of our stuff out here. All right, over here we have a few more tomato plants, and they're loaded down with tomatoes and or blooms. They're all over the place. We have some regular sized tomatoes and then a bunch of cherry tomatoes. I also have some more tomato plants down there. These ones aren't doing as well, but they're still producing. So over on this side, next to the mulch bin over here, mulch is going great, by the way. We've got a few more zucchini plants. You can see we're producing pretty decent in here. There's another one right in there. A couple different varieties of zucchini. I'll take you down into the garden spot here. And like I said, these tomato plants have been struggling a bit, especially the ones up here. I think you can see that rock right there. There's a huge rock underground, and I'm thinking maybe the soil isn't as good right there. But I've been babying those, and they might produce a little bit. So over here, our zucchini plants are just going crazy. Let me find some zucchini. Look at this one. Look at this tiny little plant over here, and it's got this zucchini going on. Almost every one of these plants have got zucchini coming on them. So that is super exciting. And I love zucchini. Everybody says every year that plant zucchini, they're like, oh, take my zucchini, we're drowning in it. I personally love zucchini. I love sauteing it. I love frying it. I love making like a zucchini parmesan. There's a lot of different things you can do with it. We are planning to do some zucchini relish, which is, oh, so good. So we can drown in zucchini. We're gonna take all that we can get and put it up for the winter. So let me show you the broccoli here. The broccoli is doing pretty good. I was expecting a little bit bigger heads, but it's not terrible. So we will take what we can get. And again, all of this has been experimental. So we will just take what we get, don't pinch a fit, and enjoy the spoils of our hard work. Over on this other side, have some strawberries and the potatoes. Let me give you a closer look at those. Now, for whatever reason, our strawberries did not come back very well in half of the bed. I think they may have froze too hard. I covered them with straw and did everything I was supposed to do, but this one half did not bounce back. But the other half is doing pretty good, and we might get some strawberries off of them this year. Then if you look down over the edge here, I'll give you a closer look. There are some raspberries. If you guys remember from one of our previous videos last year, I transplanted all of the raspberries down to this little bed, this terrace here, and they're doing well, although for whatever reason they are stunted this year. They have only gotten about a foot high, maybe a little taller in some areas. You can see my wire over here Normally they get up to that top wire and sometimes even higher, but for whatever reason they're stunted. Although they are still producing berries. Some of the plants are just loaded down. So I think we'll get some decent raspberries this year, and we'll try to figure out why they were stunted. And the cool thing is, again, if you guys remember from my video, I had them all originally right here, and they just kept expanding and expanding, so I decided to move them down over to this little terraced bed. Well, what they are doing is they're continuing to pop up. Even though I dug them all up, they're continuing to pop up. You can see some right in there. They're all over the place. So I told Zach, I said, let's not mow or weed eat this hillside and let the raspberries just go hog wild. As far as I'm concerned, they can take over the entire thing, and we'll have raspberries for days.
Bramante Brothers.